Mama Mana Basa also sorry I'll say we are going to break the 8. Sabri Zanetor Rawlings Bawumia Masipa ya chasing ya Zanetor. I have 1 but more than so be subscribe my son yes we are not like ya share my news so the inside could be. Yes over the infinite chimney and candy one chimney. Sabri as we speak no Zanetor Rawlings about one thing the advisor imu dopa ye abregana funyina. Or say Bawumia and Crawford no or must say Ghana or money second chance or money sympathy be because or man who will Ghana anymore but in the way the Umuamosomobo. Now the charming Surumukran say or sorry you are going to break the 8 on person bed or better fast than cry to say if it is Zanetor Rawlings was hard no. After that Zanetor Rawlings are all bombarding Amani constituency and Yama Papa Baho on no no home. Oh yeah, Juma den man in Crawford. It say by when you say political debate, a year in Crawford as my police for corner so. And as Cyber is speaking is not all and say bridge or yaman the man for police for by and any backcoin is on also for omwide and tomocrat. Then you bri pan workers no obey a lot of developmental projects. Why here despite all the challenges that this government heading a person money film person man watching. Onye boni biao and I didn't know you no for ya mom no so Ghana fool and so akufare no for mompe yen sebere kam ni kwiti Zanetor Rawlings
na election a ye kono meaning say tension no you very very high because obi a waba wegu man no or say o break 8 yes so your opposition yes say yempene so you can imagine that right now tension is very high. Nonetheless no ye Ghana for nipa baako inti was say making sure say will be we must not allow the politics or the partisanship to divide us on any lines of violence ma obia continue because Ghana is this beloved country and we do not want to allow it to be compromised by anything.
Adesia wo kole klote na no me hu edwa bia no abona se de yensi ma wa mo amanfo mo bo wa basonye enafom say problem a wo beto ye solutions a wo maye any baby a wadru.
Yeah. I'm say okay, Monkrofo AEBB I asylum down. Now bridge na wo hono near snaps. Hona na Nkrofo nkola omko akra any one my adwuma nyinra efa hono. Sa bridge we eyo dona. Say hona na say insio to one my was Sahara Park nyinra no. Hona omofa edi free hono. Now I remember making a complaint about that. That was before the assembly election last year. Me Troy me send complaints, me send videos, no say assembly and yes ejume. One more anya fe many assemblyman na wo hono. We actually work together and I provided the resources, made sure say engineer now will be oversee we know every assembly no because I didn't want them to come up with a reason to not allow the project. In spite of all of that no almost by the police for my instructions so we enjoy jumano. I'm telling you.
Adia womono enya momo buano.
Yes, exactly.
Get post for by.
Yes. So to a kokra at some point, eventually we managed to finish the project and now the people are able to use it. Well, sometimes you ask yourself, say, are we trying to help the people or not? Because I'm very clear on standards. Inti se me ye juma me half and half now when you're quite abeka said it was not the right standard because people's lives will be endangered if that bridge is not done properly. So other bridge a ring road. Ring says so person cross the ring road ebefa from a ringway ebefa a trotro ring road now. That is a bridge that you use. And also mena me because it was a problem for pedestrians. Now one thing is every time semenya a street lights cleaning equipment many assembly members are a friend saying colleague electoral areas 11 me no mushia just to understand some of their challenges, because I believe the best form of governance is when you have a collaboration between myself and the assembly. What I've done repeatedly is to make presentations. Now, Zaoko schools, a lot of the schools are lacking in furniture. Osu Salem.
Salem, okay.
Yes. Now, Osu, we have a Teacher Mota as well, was one of the schools that benefited from furniture because they really had a lot of things that they didn't have. I had Osu at the Braka side, no, so presentation said the schools now Osuno could actually come for them because that's where the directorate is, education directorate. Now, the Braka cluster of schools as well, we made donations there. In fact, to most of the schools, because what I do is I go and inspect the basic schools. Now, a circuit supervisors impending for and a call round, because it's important one of my cancer education directorate understand that I'm not trying to bypass or undermine them. Whatever I'm doing is to support what they do. I make sure I maintain a very good relationship with
because a bridge day.
Yes.
So what said that in
spite of, because at the end of the day we must deliver. We must deliver on results. He said but I will still work with them because ultimately the people must not suffer because a party in powers again. And this is the Osu Maternity Hospital. Equipment I call her includes the UV light, ne electrophoresis machines, ne ultrasound machines, that was also procured by myself through the fund to make sure one of my alcohol because I went on the tour of the clinics as well. And that was one of the complaints that they had, that they don't have a means to do the blood tests on the newborn babies, and some of them are jaundice. They have to transfer them to other hospitals, but if they have the equipment, they'll make me sure and Doppler machines for antenatal checks. Normally, so I will say a Akroma heartbeat, and a Doppler machine is what you use.
So, how did you come to appreciate more problem? Now we just compare one side.
Yes, and yes, you cannot actually make provision for what is important.
Strategy, yes,
and one American, because ultimately you must find out what it is that people need. One to me ends now, baby. Wow, for dream say electoral area no way. No, you must do that kind of engagement. Into all of this is based on a needs assessment. Now health screening it's also based on that. Me a doctor by profession. Into health is something I take very seriously. Into I know a lot of people who have a lot of health challenges. Quite hospital, whether for financial reasons, mostly. Into health screening now, the doctors now the pharmacists home with the free medication. Said the Bayer it's like a mobile hospital. Whether it's glasses or we make sure we see everything through to the end, and we don't send you to go and buy drugs. You get the medication there, whatever is prescribed just to make sure we are closing that whole cycle of health. Now odona a market say enka a tete say oh my goodness. A man not that just a yes.
Wow.
Yes. And unfortunately, waiting for the assembly to act, and also, and I raise funds, and I did truckloads of gravel, just to make sure, they are at least operating in a slightly more dignified environment.
Okay, I'm for you, boy,
yes.
Say na so imagine say where we are and that's
yeah. Now even with that and from Aboka Caribbean not just a food no honing round what could you know when honestly one more break
and one I
go there all the time, so I know I know, but sometimes you wonder because sometimes I speak about this issue of good governance because I'll show you a local governance system. Oh, let me quickly speak about this. We know a plastics to fuel project University of Ghana and the French embassy just say na ye seen the empoano osu which is where this is the final when plastics are bottles ne sachet water no so all the goods are machine you get petrol, diesel, cooking gas, and you can get charcoal from the bottle tops. Indeed, this was a project we wanted to create a different kind of like a circular economy around plastic waste. Because there is a benefit to it, but it's about making the community benefit from so that they understand the direct link between keeping the environment clean, clearing the plastics, and turning it into something that's useful to them. You can actually put the petrol in your car.
And that's why, without asking you, I am very sure, say, when your solution were based on probably maybe and sure better.
Yes.
And they said you who plastic waste. Say go got my idea we buy on.
Papa, because for me, there's always a solution, but you must find a solution that's a win-win solution. You're getting something that is positive for the environment, but the community involved,
So community involvement.
This particular community, because it's a fishing community, there's a lot of scandal around this pre-mix issue. We thought, why not see how we can start providing them with something like this so that they are actually getting some extra source of fuel and even cooking gas, which is what this was about. Unfortunately, first sight now we had a major issue. Almost train my year foundation in almost security day. Back and forth, and eventually one call beyond a certain perimeter. Meanwhile, initially my quite say but whatever reasons people pick, ultimately the job has been done and
by political reason.
I think partly
send this in ANT.
It's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. So I'm saying some stoves stoves now me or night market recently Ministry of Education Accra High in a boarding house status. Now women need proper kitchen facilities. Now I think they were celebrating their 100th anniversary. And see, I said that as a member of parliament, also very interested in health, also interested in the environment. And I'm my pledge to the school was that I would provide the cook stoves, retrofitted reduced emission cook stoves. Said one of my will not be exposed to all the smoke there, because I actually went to the kitchen and honestly it wasn't nine crowd. And we actually measured the emissions at the time over there. It was very high, abnormally high, the kind that you should not be exposed to. Yes. And stoves now you see also a technology that is local from the University of Ghana as well. Actually the group here, one more Africa and UST. It was built on site based on the volume of the amount of cooking that would be done. Very efficient. You're not using as much fuel to actually fire it up, and because it's so efficient, cooking time is less, which means a man don't have to come as early to work and don't have to leave so late, which was something they pointed out to me, because I was thinking about the smoke exposure. Now when we finished doing it, we cut the ribbon and everything. One more penny matron I can say they were very grateful about the reduced exposure to smoke, but she mentioned something else which I just mentioned, that mandrin, that particular aspect of it. So because it takes less time to cook on these stoves, now they are able to also go home a bit earlier. And you see, sometimes you put in an intervention like this and it has a knock-on effect on the whole family of that person involved. These are the things that we're looking to do. Proper interventions that touch beyond this small immediate community, beyond Wanama Eye Juma Wohono. And these are some of the ways that we looked at.
As a electricity one light street lights once
Ebusianfo we their friend sees believing. Wa hweniema ne fe. Hweniema wa yama ne manfo uncountable from bridges, from street lights, from a year factory. In Yama Hodra, make sure say Obeyama in Manfo. Though sometimes no say a assemblyman for said a sunny manina. Bridge here or the tree, a bridge at us, or Yaman a man for Nanso no. Despite all the good things, our Yamono. Some coffee, Akofa police force, or mobile the Ebabe stopping. Yini na aso ne Zanetor Rawlings you be a nani nyemre David untimi ntwimfa so illegally. Nani de no onimra odimra ne be de be adwuma. Was standing on her toes to me then fight against a police for a small mono and I yank said yet we assume. Intino, who are by 1 year, you know, or no house to make sure so be a dear mamma for no so was no all stopping. Man for more Zanetor Rawlings constituencies for no. Mutua tax a bawako for do. They pay taxes. Or me a Ghana for or money from other country. So anything be or their boom biano. Some way or the other no. Also so a bar flowers be a bit me and give you your flowers. By science I jump on into himself or yeah. Men can say only almost on fast because in politics they think say numbers near the DB so when you vote the who here so the we be more pay a yakufado on a disadvantage by because who scenarios be bro can on crowd for we no man vote ya ma maintain me many from almost ultimate kasa no publicly unfair in guasisi unfair inti ye hwe niam wodo Zanetor Rawlings ayama ne nkrofo a obehwe na ne nkrofo no because market here or the book go market no NPP ndisi for nkwa na ti o obekọ na NPP for so yeden eto ndisi for so nkwa na koto ade o sa market no all the political parties so munyere yeden etim kodi dwa o sa e market o but make sure so be ni yi amana so bia so in Ghana no say the amanfo ni no de be boy pa yen for politics into nchin na enya ade nse de say so why you be vote mama eno vote mama ntime nyema no dan nyema ni nyina it doesn't make sense o sa comment no vote mama ntime me if you know e ho nye me strong want me if you know because the other time no na ndc for kase voter region omo akonso bo spirit no like yenfa enyema ya de nkosi so se na be nsu no ba eme ha omo na pussy when yankoye sa ne ma no na say the moment a bind beja to makoboa voters one also be organize a demonstration we come say dent here I was say a one your stronghold homunya vote Kesi mfi ho shanty region munya vote free na nkofo almost so taxes ema wa ban on no aban nyom so mfa so no wo se ni anya hwiamon because omun vote mom to mbevu kra just on fa ho say when ya wan koya mom dia when na man gigi so taxes no mo exclude when na man gigi taxes nti Zanetor Rawlings nyema waye as MP nyema ni nya ne ye yeden ehwe bi as MP nyema hodo waye amane manfo edoso we mu kakrem na yeden itimenya ye twabro na so yede unya bi hu unya bi hwe that nye hu se omoke eye Bawumia ye pa defa ni breaking data anytime biano when your platform na doka we are breaking it especially if you want to use the one side no ka se won ye hwe wabo man no omo man na basa man ko na chi obi aho chi no hwe number of people a omunye adwuma nye hwe school I say hospital bi no ho bi also amunye manyina ye basa why your mind say in CD depreciation akosho no yes also you are breaking it no ka se tension organ hapa so you as a citizen why na some adwuma da e bia na campaign omo ye ne amedru o area na so no hit na farm no for political bibi ato nchen na vote wisely mom da down ko jiska na ndi omochi emfa wo shebre nkwese omo se mom ye ne basa ebia wo no we okay but unu ebia butuni ebia omo ye okay so dwinkwa ekire e make sure so be vote wisely hi comment section or the bomodi aso be comment subscribe na share my news here and thank you be am say musi Akroma.